Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Aditya from AutoDL, and I'll be showing you all how to set up AutoDL on a Windows machine. Let's get started. So this is the GitHub repository. It's github.com/AutoDL /AutoDL. Don't miss the hyphen. I'll fork it. I'll show you all. So this is my fork. So main is the main default branch, and I'll use SSH to clone it. It depends whatever you're comfortable with. I'll bring up my terminal, and we'll clone it. So git clone, paste it. Let's wait while it clones. So my clone has been completed and now I'm in the repository. Let's see how it looks. ls will show all these things. So first of all, what we need to do is go to backend app and fill in the environment files. So go to backend app, cd backend app, ls. You see we have provided a sample environment file. It's right here, sample.env. I would say that make a copy in case you make a mistake and delete something. So I'll just create a copy, cp sample.env. The name should be .env. Now feel free to edit it in any text editor you like. I'll go for Nano over here because it is simple. Yes, my Windows supports Nano, and as you all can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 things that need to be filled up. So if you're using a local MongoDB instance, feel free to keep it this. If you have changed the port, change the port. Or if you're using Mongo Atlas, feel free to put the Mongo Atlas URI over here. JWT secret can be anything. Please don't keep the default values. That's what we recommend. If you're not using a front end, if your front end host is not your local machine, then please change this. Again, encryption key can be anything, just not the default one. GitHub client and GitHub client secret are these two fields are found on GitHub. You can watch some other YouTube video or read the tutorial on GitHub to actually see how to fill these. Definitely the default ones won't work. So I'll be closing this file, filling this up, and there's a reason these things are called secrets, right? They're not to be shown. So I'll just be doing that. Okay, I hope you all have done that. Now let's move on to the next step, that is doing the same thing on the front end side. So we'll go to front end app, the front end app, and again we have an env file over here. Let me show you all. Oh, it's in v1 React. So let's go to v1 React, and yeah, here's the sample file. I'll again create a copy, same steps. Name it .env, please don't name it anything else. And I'll again be using Nano to edit it. So, yep, yeah, here you need to change the backend API URI if you are not using the default one. The fast API URI you can ignore for now if you're just contributing to AutoDL and you are not, uh, and basically you don't care about the recommendation system for now. And the third one is GitHub app client ID. Again, you can find this on GitHub as the same one that we have on the backend uh, env file. It's not the default one again. You have to change this. I'll be closing this file. I'll be changing this offline, and then let's get back on the video. No, don't say. Okay, so after changing those two files, what we have to do is install dependencies. I would suggest create a virtual environment, and let's go to backend app. So I have created a virtual environment using Conda. You can do it with Conda, PPNV, whatever you're comfortable with. So I'll just activate my environment, Conda, activate AutoDL. And what you have to do is install requirements from this requirements.txt file. So the command for it is pip install -r requirements.txt. Now yours might take some time. Mine will be pretty quick because I had installed requirements before. But anyways, in the interest of time, I'll pause recording while it gets installed. As you can see, my dependencies have been installed. Now I'll go and install the front-end dependencies. So I'm back in front-end app. Let's go to v1 React, cd v1 React. And what you got to do is here you see your package.json, and what we do when we see package.json, we npm install. So npm install. Go grab a coffee because depending on your machine, it might take minutes to maybe 10-15 minutes. I don't know. I'll pause the recording again till it gets installed. Okay, so it took some time, but now it's completed. And I just realized that you don't actually need all the environment variables for AutoDL to work. So like the GitHub one, you only need if you're going to use the upload to GitHub feature. Well, as and when you get familiar with AutoDL, you'll know what I'm talking about. But for now, yes, just know that it's not needed, and you can probably leave it at default, like at the default value. So what's next? Next is running AutoDL. So I'll suggest that you get two terminals, one for the backend, one for the front end. I don't see any other way to run it except using the scripts. But again, on Windows, I don't really guarantee you that the scripts are going to work 100% of the times. They were written for Linux and Mac. Anyway, so I'm already in V1 React. Here's where we npm installed. Let me show you all that we have the node modules now, and we can just do npm start. Okay, let the server start. Till then, I'll just spin up. Whoops, it started sooner than I expected it to. Yeah, I'll bring up another terminal. Let me just full screen this guy. AutoDL backend app. Yep. Okay, where's backend app? Yeah, here it is. And now to run the backend app, that's a Django application. What we need to do? Let me see whether the manage.py is there or not. So here we have the manage.py. So I forgot to basically activate my environment. So conda activate AutoDL. Yeah, now we gotta run this manage.py. So Python manage.py run server. And that's unexpected. That's actually unexpected. But yes, very good. I'm glad that we got this error now. So we need to create a logs directory and an app.log file in it. So let me see. It's asking for a logs directory inside backend app and an app.log. So sorry for these notifications. Let's see. ls and do we see logs? Nope, we don't. So yeah, I'll create the logs files and mkdir log. So I've cleared the clutter, and now let's just touch the app.log file. So log slash app.log just to be safe, and now we can run the server. So Python manage.py run server, and as you can see, MongoDB is connected and our server started. Now let's go and check whether the app is working. Okay, so here the app is running. Let's log in. Here are my credentials. Okay, right, and I had already registered. So if you haven't registered, you have to click register and basically register. I'll just log in. Whoops. And done. So let's go over some tips and then we'll wrap this up. So yeah, fill the .env files correctly. Avoid using someone else's environment files. If nothing else, you'll learn how to do this. So there's one. Make sure your backend and front-end requirements are installed properly. If there's any dependency issue, either create an issue on GitHub or report to us on Slack. We'll always help you all. And now there's a Windows exclusive thing. Some features require administrator access. So we recommend you to run your command prompt as administrator in Windows. Thank you so much for watching.